Hi guys! Today I want to show you a cute little project that you can do so easily and so quick, and it's really a fun project to do with kids. I know I made a really fun fairy garden for my grandson's classroom door. So I did the planting for the fairy garden, but he got all the different ideas out, all the different fairy garden figurines, and he put it together himself, and it was so cute. So it's definitely a fun thing for the kids to do. So these are my supplies. I have a nice deep bowl. I like this one just because of its depth, and also it's a good size. I like the terracotta. But you could use any pot you wanted, but it's just a nice wide, it's a good size for a fairy garden. So I've got my pot. I am going to put some fertilizer in. I always use the Proven Winners time release. It's not really right now with the winter. It's not going to be like it's going to grow a whole bunch or something, but you know, I always put fertilizer in. So that I'm going to use that. I'm using a lemon cypress. This is, I think, always really fun for Christmas, winter kind of fairy gardens, because it kind of reminds me of, you know, like a pine or a Christmas tree, and I love lemon cypress color, and it smells like lemon. So then I've got some red petunias, and then I've got this, I always forget the name of this, Dusty Miller. So I kind of thought this was a nice texture, kind of looks like Christmassy and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the fertilizer in, and then I'm going to go ahead and plant. And yes, most people would use gloves, but I just don't. I do use gloves, you know, when I'm planting out, you know, big plantings. But so as you can see, I just am, you know, rubbing in all of the fertilizer. And then I'm just going to make a little well back here. I think it's important that you get to your biggest piece all the way to the back when you're doing one of these, because you want I mean, you can make a fairy garden where it's seen all the way around, but mine is going to be up against something, so I want this to be the backdrop. And this is going to be real interesting, me doing this backwards. So anyhow, these are not to just rough it up a little bit. Maybe I want this to be the front, and then we get it set down in there, and then just bring your soil back up and around, get it down there real nice and tight. So this looks, so it's, you know, you can kind of see that it looks like a tree. I think I'm going to put the Dusty Miller next to, get a piece over here, and I just rough up the ends just a little bit. I want to be able to get everything real close to each other. And again, these are not designed to be like a really long-lasting, you know, project. What I'll do after a while is all this stuff, unless something happens, something crazy happens, will more than likely go into the garden somewhere. Okay, so I've got my Dusty Miller in here, so you kind of see the idea of and this is kind of hard to do when I'm back here, but the idea is that you've got your green tree type of thing. Then what I'm going to come in and try, I want to give myself a lot of space for all my trinkets. I think it's nice to have some color in here. I thought about just doing like green and white, but I think it's nice to have some red. I mean, the ornaments, all this stuff has got color in it, but I think it's nice to have some color. So I think you can see we got this, you know, our house, we've got our brick pathway here. I'm thinking we bring in Santa right here up against the red. I think that's cute. We've got cute little welcome. And let's see, what other little trinkets? I was thinking that these would be cute, these rocks on the side. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be using all these flowers, but it's like I said, it's fine. I've got plenty of pots I can put them in, but okay, I lost a rock here. It's better to have a little bit more than you need, because you never know. If you've got a lot of the fairy garden, the miniatures, you know, then of course you don't need as many plants, and it just is kind of hard, or if you're not using as big of plants. I always like to have pops of white. I think that always looks really good. And we've got this is kind of represents my dad. We always think of him as a little butterfly or a bird. So I like to always put one of those in there. Okay, and then we've got reindeer crossing. That should go up here with Santa. And then this is so funny, look. It's a little Jessie barking at the front door. That would be him. And a little Daisy. And that one should be barking at the other entrance of the door. And let's see. Maybe a little reindeer here. Again, it's hard to do this upside down, but where do we have some open spots? Let's see. Or maybe we pull this in front, and that's the fun thing. You just play around with them and, you know, try out little areas that you know, just play around with them. They're so fun. And these are a little harder to get staying in the dirt than the bigger figurines. I don't know, will one of these fit back here? This is kind of one of those projects that you just have to kind of play with, test around, see how everything looks. Maybe pull this one up a little bit and we'll put a tree back here. So I feel good that I used, oh, I buried the reindeer. I feel good that I got all of my little figurines in. Maybe we put some rocks here to look like snow. No, I think I'm gonna try a little bit of both. Just kind of play with it a little bit. Okay, I think using this little spoon might make things a little bit easier to get into some of these tougher areas. You gotta improvise, right? Use what you've got. I think this is cute right here. And then what we might do is put some rocks. Okay, so I'm just gonna add in some rocks here. Just for a different texture. Get our doggies out from the snow. I think this is turning out so cute. That's the fun thing, and then you can keep these, and then next year, you know, you do completely different plants, completely different, you know, how you do the figurines. The kids can be involved. I think it's just a fun, I really have enjoyed these, and I have multiples, but I'm probably going to only do this one for Christmas. The figurines, there are 3 good places to get your fairy garden figurines. All of this, everything in this fairy garden came from Michael's this spring. So what I did was, on the off time, I went and looked at what they had, and they had all this stuff like 75% off because it was out of, you know, out of the season. So I got everything so cheaply, and so I've had all this stuff for so long, and I've been so excited to use it and try this stuff. So I get mine at Michael's. I get them at Hobby Lobby. And then there is myfairygarden.com. Theirs is a little bit more expensive, but they're great, and they have like every kind of holiday. There is something for every holiday. 4th of July, everything. So, you know, it is a little bit more expensive, but they have really big sales too. So I think no matter where you look for stuff, it can be, you can find deals, and it can be, you know, not as expensive. Thank you again for watching. Please make sure you subscribe and you like the video, and you leave me a comment. I'd love to have you tag me and show me pictures if you do any fairy gardens. I'd love to see what you guys do. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.